my cherished ducklings. This is Peri Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, and you're either listening to A1R radio or watching Moonstruck TV, and both are good. I'm very, very happy you're here. And I'm standing, or actually sitting, by to answer your most heartfelt, secret, but you can say them out loud, questions about your love life, your career life, or anything else you feel like, just no geometry, because I'm really bad at it. So I'm about to do the psychic tarot weather. Before I do that, I don't know if you guys noticed if you were feeling a little moody over the last couple of days. There was a full moon, Christmas, and the last couple of days in Cancer, which is a very moody, emotional, home-loving sign, or so I've heard. There are days, I love astrology, but there are days when I'm like, really, do great whirling lumps of rock care about what I'm doing on Tuesday? Really? But it seems to be accurate, so I'm going with it. Anyway, there's been a full moon in Cancer, which could make you feel very nostalgic and very home-oriented, which is both very good things for Christmas. But if you're feeling a little moody-ish or even a little blue-ish, because sometimes that can happen over the holidays, just know that things always get better. They always do. And that you're fine. And it's just the moon. It's just an enormous lump of rock. But it is a little influential. Anyway, and I hope you all had a great holiday. I did. I went to my next door neighbor's house. There was somebody there at dinner who, very nice guy, but he really did emit high intensity boredom rays. Just amazing. And usually there's one of those at every holiday gathering. So if you had one of those at yours, I feel your pain. But I hope everything was good. I hope you had delicious food, hugged lots of people, and got and received gifts. And all of my cherished ducklings are going to get holiday gifts, probably by Easter. Okay, so the tarot psychic weather, this is how it works. I'm going to pull a card for the beginning of the week. And the beginning of the week is today. So it's going to be for the next couple of days. Then the middle of the week, which is more on the weekend. And then the end of the week, which is like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think you've caught on. So the first card is this. This is an interesting card. It's a guy looking at a tree full of pentacles. What does this mean, you say? Well, let me tell you. This is a card of looking at your resources. It's also a very good card to get during Mercury retrograde. More about that later. Because it's about taking time to reflect, relax, and look at what you've accomplished over the last year or even the last 5 years. This also can mean that you have some resources you don't know about. I'm always telling people to go to their state government site. For me, it would be like newyork.gov. For you, it would be wherever.gov. And go onto the like found money site. It's like if there's might be money there that you don't know is owed you. I made a lot of money off that site. You shouldn't have to. It's completely free. Just have to fill out some forms. But I highly recommend that. But sort of like that, there might be something you own that's a valuable antique, or you could just sell your siblings on eBay for parts. Okay. Ooh, a lot of romance coming here. Nice. The Knight of Cups. It doesn't have to be a water sign man, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but it often is. But this is a man who is looking at you, or a woman, but a woman who, man or woman, man is first, though, who's looking at you with longing from afar. So if somebody has a secret crush on you, or somebody around you kind of really admires you, if you are in a crush situation, and all of us are at some point or another, this might mean that there's more hope to your crush than you currently know, especially if he's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It can also mean that there's just a man in your vicinity who's very poetic and intuitive and kind and insightful, like all Pisces are, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and he's going to have some sort of influence on you in the next week or two. I love this. And then last, you might be coming up on a decision time. This is a woman sitting at a crossroads with a crescent moon behind her. She's balancing two swords. And if that's your idea of a good time, knock yourself out. But what this card means is that you might feel a little stuck because you haven't made a firm decision about going one direction or another. My advice would be make one decision. A very great famous artist once said to me, when I said, "How did you know you're going to be a painter?" He said, "I just decided." He said I was pretty good at it, but I decided to pick a window to look at the world from. He said, "And if you stay at that window long enough, sooner or later the world comes to you." What I mean by that is that it doesn't matter what you pick. Just do it with all your heart and soul, and sooner or later you'll find what you're supposed to be doing. Trust me on this. I know. Okay. We're taking calls from Australia, from the UK, which is Wales, Ireland, England, Scotland. I almost said France, which would have been terrible. Canada, the US, New Zealand, and all sorts of good places. And I am here to be of service to you. And we have a pretty much verified 89 to 92% accuracy rate, which is not to brag, was pretty freaking good. Anyway, let's talk a little about, while I'm waiting for the first caller who called in and then, oh, I didn't see that on my screen. I'm so sorry. Hi, Maria. I'm Peri. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Good. I'm so glad. And where are you calling from? Oh, Salt Lake
Salt Lake City, Utah? Yes.
Cool. Oh. Now I want to go skiing. Utah's so beautiful.
Yes, we haven't had any snow yet.
I know, it's nuts. Well, I don't know that about Utah, but that's really strange. But what's not strange is that I'm going to ask, yeah, it must be. What a nice voice you have. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to tell me when your birthday is, because that's how I like to connect to people.
12/12/85, 1985.
Wow, I have shoes older than you. 12/12. So you're Sagittarius. What a great 12/12. Look at you. That's a very powerful day. I love Sagittariuses. You guys like to travel. You're very charming and outgoing. You can be a little naive, which is really charming, especially in this day and age. And what else is Sagittarius? 1985. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what Chinese year that is. 1961. I think your year of the cat. I might be wrong about that. Also known as
No, I think it's the ox, I think.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad. My math is terrible. I'm a Pisces. That's my excuse. Oh, oxes are great. It's like being a Capricorn, where you're very determined and you seem very prim and proper outside, but on the inside, you're crazy in a very nice way. You tend to be very original. But the most dangerous place in the world to be is between an ox lady and something she wants. Anyway, my dear, how can I help you today?
Right. Well, I mean, I just want to know, like, what the new year holds for me, and in love life, financially, and health. So that's for me, and I
Let's do this.
I just wanted to see.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, let me just sort of get a
Whatever
vibe off
you
you
see.
here. Oh no, that's fine. I'm just happy to be here, honestly. Okay. Oh, you're very popular. A lot more people like you than you sort of know or take into account. You're very bubbly. Do you mind if I can't?
Yes.
It's not that I can't tell if you're. I don't think you're in a relationship, but can you let me know either way?
I
Are you?
actually am.
Yeah. I'm not getting the feeling that you're that thrilled about it at the moment. I think maybe he might be, or she, or they, whatever you like. I'm going to go with he because that's the vibe I get.
Right.
How long have you guys been together? Is it 2 years?
No, long 17 years.
Oh, I guess it's because you sound like you're 19. Woo! That's a long time.
It
You
is.
really do. You sound like you're 17. I can't believe you've been with anybody for 17 years. Actually, I think you guys are going to have an upturn in your relationship in like mid-January. I think, any long-term relationship there's a kind of, you can't stay in love all the time because you die or go crazy. So I think you guys might be going through one of those little valleys where you're not feeling as madly in love as you have at times in the past. What I want to tell you is that that's actually going to fix itself. And around mid-January, you might even find yourself planning like a second honeymoon or a third. I don't know how many honeymoons. How many honeymoons have you had? That's hard to say. Career. Well, you'd be wonderful working with people. You work very well on teams because you're not a narcissist, which makes you pretty much the only one in the Western Hemisphere who's not a narcissist. But you're very good at working with people because you're not competitive. You're very supportive of everybody else on your team. You don't get jealous of other people. You just want everybody around you to do well. That's a very strong feeling I get about you. Would you say that that's correct?
Yes, that's exactly how I am. Yes.
Yeah, that's so nice. I wish everybody was like that, but I'm glad you are.
Me too.
Yeah. And I'm seeing you working. It's hard sometimes as a psychic. 20 years ago, I'd picture somebody in an office and I could see them doing things in the office that would say this is the kind of work they do. But now everybody's staring at computers, so it makes it a little more difficult. I almost want to say you're in something beauty related, but I'm not sure if that's what you actually do or if that's something I'm seeing for you as an option this year. So,
actually, that's what I've been wanting to do.
Yes, I think that's very much, you have such a talent for that. And I don't know, I think you have a nice day job, and I think that you work with some nice people. I don't think it's as fulfilling as you'd like it to be. Pamela in Plainview, Texas. We'll be with you in a couple of minutes. Just hanging with my girl here. Okay. So I think it's nice, and I think you work with nice people, and I think you've gotten promotions and stuff like that. Although you haven't quite got promoted up to the level you should be because you're really nice. And sometimes it feels like pushy people get promotions, but you're not pushy. But I really like that about you, so don't change that.
Okay.
Maybe, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Maybe what you should do, keep the day job for a little while. But there's a bunch of stuff you could do. You could start a TikTok or YouTube channel, because I think are you really good at makeup? Are you one of those people who's just insanely good at it? You are. I'm just going to tell you are.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a channel like that, set yourself up as an influencer. If you really wanted to go whole hog, that's not a very attractive expression, whole hog in this, what you could do is go to beauty school at night and learn how to do perfect hair and makeup, and then the next couple of years, because you have some business ability you haven't completely discovered about yourself. So what I want to say is you could even start, it's very easy to start your own makeup line. It really is. Or you could go into hair and makeup. I could see you being very good at doing hair and makeup for events and for photo shoots or right now, even if you're just very good at hair and makeup, which you are, so don't even bother arguing with me, you could write, starting tomorrow, you could let it be known to people around where you live that you can do makeup for TikTok or YouTube. Does that make sense? That's a very good business idea. I would write that one down. Because I see your life taking.
What about skincare? Because I've been wanting to do kind of skincare, but a little bit of here and there.
Oh, you'd be great. I'm sorry that didn't occur to me. I washed my face with Ivory soap and then just used baby oil. So I don't think about skincare, but yeah, you'd be great at that. Also, you'd be very good at being an esthetician, the women who do facials. But that's not, doesn't make a lot of money, so screw that. But you have a lot of feeling in you. No, I think skincare, starting a skincare line is none of these are as difficult as you think. So think about that. I'm going to thank you for calling and tell you you're just wonderful. And I think by the end of 2024, it looks to me like you're going to be making about 33 to about 47% more money than you are right now. And it feels to me like part of that is in beauty. Does that work for you?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, it's a new year, and I'm planning on making changes. So hopefully that. I mean, yeah, that will be an option.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, because
I'm
we
really
also
glad.
have like this business going on with my husband, construction. And I was thinking, I mean, I don't know how that's gonna go, or
Well, that's going to be fine. But he's very hardworking and he's very honest and he's got a very good reputation. So those are the three. The reputation is almost the most important thing. I wish he lived around here. I'd hire him. I need some work done. All right, my love. Thank you so much for being here and that color looks great on you. And I'm going to move on to my next client, but keep in touch and let me know how you're doing, okay? Because A, I care, and B, I'm nosy. All right? Take care, love.
thank you so much, and you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.
You too. My pleasure. Okay. The name of our next lovely Pamela. Okay, it flashed so fast. Oh, I love the name Pamela. It's a very old, it's a very aristocratic and name that has a lot of great history attached to it. One of the first best-selling books ever in the 18th century was called Pamela. It's very glamorous. Hi, Pamela.
Hi.
Are you there? Oh, hello.
Yep.
Yep, you're there. Yay, good. Okay, my darling, where are you calling from?
Plainview, Minnesota.
Oh, cool. I have been there. I love Minnesota. Has it snowed in Minnesota yet? Youth wants to know.
Yes. We're
Okay,
best
good.
friends.
Okay, my love, tell me when your birthday is, and I'm going to connect you that way.
11/23.
11/23?
Yep.
Cool. Oh, we're having an all Sagittarius show. Awesome. I love you guys. Okay. Let me see. It feels like you got a lot of questions. What's the question that's on the top of your mind that you kind of don't want to ask but probably should?
My past. My next steps.
You know that you've got a lot of healing ability, right? You're enormously empathetic, or is that empathic? You can, one of the two. You can feel what other people feel, which is not a fun talent to have, but you have it. So my heart goes out to you. Gosh, you'd make a very good counselor, therapist, drug and alcohol counselor. You could also take some classes and learn how to do various modalities of healing, like theta healing or hands of light or Reiki. Those are all things you'd be very talented at. Oh, they're also telling me, hold on, what are they telling me? Oh, well, they're saying that you have, I think they're saying you have a talent for writing. I can't quite hear my guides because
Are you saying writing?
Writing or writing, one of the two. It's
Writing.
horses or a pen. Writing, yes. Anything
Pen.
writing. Pen, not horses. Although
Yes.
if you feel like riding on horseback, be my guest. Bring the pen. But that's a talent. Is that correct? Because it's coming off
Yes.
you. And, yeah.
Yes, it's very
And you're
correct. I
actually,
recently started doing it again.
yeah, and you should. And I don't say this very often because everybody wants to be a writer, and not many people are very good at it. And seriously, I hate AI. But
I don't want to be a writer. I want to tell my story.
Oh, good. Wow, that is some story too. Okay, maybe. No, I can feel you.
That's
Wow,
my
this is,
question.
I'm not.
Am I telling the right story?
Yes, you are. And just start telling the story. If you're writing it yourself, what my guides are saying is get up early and do like 2 hours in the morning, like it's a job, because it is a job.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the right track. As you write and tell the story, it's going to tell itself. The story you're thinking about, it is the right story, but it also has a life of its own in a way. So as you start telling it, it's going to kind of take you over and tell itself. So you don't have to worry about that. And I don't mean in a scary way, but it's sort of like this. Back when I was I took an acting class a long time ago, and we used these masks. They were just sort of very basic masks, nothing Donald Ducky. And we'd put the mask in front of our face and start sort of talking through the mask, and the mask would kind of take over in a way. It had its own, the mask would have kind of its own story and its own personality. It was a very strange experience, but that's very much what's going to happen with you. I'm not saying wear a mask while you're writing.
Right.
If you don't feel up to writing it yourself, what I do is do an outline and think about either hiring a ghostwriter, although that's a little expensive. Find a writing friend who might want to work it with you. But the thing is, what I think this would also make is a very good series of some kind. Am I correct?
Yeah. It's a legal battle, and I just want to make sure I'm going to win. It's
Yeah,
not
you
legal
are.
that the right people are going to be reprimanded
You mean for the legal
for their
stuff?
actions. All of it.
That's a lot. So it sounds like you're already in negotiation about this. This is fascinating. Okay. One of the people you're talking about was recommended by a woman. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That person's pretty good. Just make sure they're a little careless, though. So you might want to make sure that I'm not sure you're the most detail-oriented person in the world because you got kind of a more big picture feel to me, but I might be wrong. I don't think I am, but I might be.
Both. It's both.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You have something very interesting. You have right and left brain. So your right brain is the creative, intuitive. Yeah. What?
When I do rods, my left one and my right one are like, I feel like they're different people.
No,
Is
but
that weird?
they're equal though. No, it's not weird at all.
Right.
It's,
Like I separated them one time and I felt weird.
no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Is one of the reasons you feel weird when you do that is because most people have one dominant side of the brain. My right hemisphere runs my world. I can, I can talk to dead people, but do not ask me to like do anything involving measurement, remembering stuff, or making lists, anything having to do with executive function, executive ability.
That's exactly
You
right.
actually,
Now
yeah,
today I've
but
seen auras. Is that correct?
yes.
Never in my life have I.
Have you seen auras?
Never till today.
Wow, that's fascinating. And you're really seeing them today, too. That's how it works. The first time a dead person presented itself to me, I wasn't prepared. I had no idea that was going to happen. And sometimes abilities
My
just
aunt
land
recently
on us.
passed away. It's her wake today.
That might have something to do with it because you guys were close and she had a certain amount. She had a lot of unexpressed potential. She had a lot of intuitive and psychic ability. I really like her. I
love
can't
her.
quite reach her. Yeah, she's really great. You guys are a lot alike, too. She's an awesome person. I think you're in some ways stronger than she had a chance to be, though. Although she's pretty strong. Oh, I like her a lot. What was her first name? What?
Elsa.
Oh, what a great
Maybe
name. Yeah. Okay. So that might have something to do with it because I think it seems like oh, you were her favorite. That's why. She's spending a lot of time around you. And you might notice that. By the way, you can ask her to show you this without scaring you. She's either going to manifest like pennies and dimes around you, or you might see a lot of birds.
Oh my God.
Is that
I took a
happening
penny
already?
and dime yesterday.
Yeah. Okay,
In the
good.
vacuum.
Yeah, you're going to find a lot of pennies and a lot of dimes. Also, birds and feathers are one way she communicates. I know you could say.
Yep, I have both.
Yeah. I'm very excited for you about this legal thing. Just make sure. Oh, I was starting to say that you have, you actually your right brain and your left brain are very different. It is like being two people,
My
but
right
they're
brain,
also
I have
equal.
a migraine on it right now. My right brain
Oh my
hurts
God.
right now.
I do too.
It hurts really bad.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad you called. Let me see if I can take some of that away from you. Hold on.
No, usually when that happens,
Yeah.
I'm sensing something. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
I
Well,
recently there was something with the records at a hospital. Am I on the right track?
hmm yes, you are. Yes. Actually,
They
you're
lied.
good at stuff like that. They, are you saying they lied about something on your
Yes,
in your hospital
yes.
records?
They
Yeah.
lied where
I'm
they
not
got
sure.
it.
Wow,
It's fabricated.
that's really interesting. Did they do that out of malice or out of just because
Malice.
it was easier? That's very interesting. Well, I'm glad you're
Where the
around
letter came from
lawyers,
was
Whitney.
really malicious.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear
And
that.
I'm about to release something on the media. Is it the right move?
Yeah, wait a week or so. Don't do it while Mercury is in retrograde right now. It's not a great time to do anything media related.
Okay.
I
See, and
think
I've
after
always
January.
hesitated with that.
Yeah. After January 5th, it's a very good idea. And you do have the lawyers you're working with are good.
I'm not working
Actually,
with
I
any.
think, well, the lawyers you're thinking about working with are good because you're going to be working with 2 different lawyers in the next 6 months. Probably for 2 different issues.
How many?
2.
Yeah, there's 2 different issues.
Yeah, 2 different issues, 2 different lawyers. Take your time. Don't rush about anything. And also remember that you are allowed to have a different opinion from theirs. From one of the lawyers is going to come in March. One is not going to come in until like August. But I'm pretty happy about the outcomes I'm seeing. Don't give up with either of these, okay?
Thank you. Because I did today, and then I just feel
don't.
my aunt, and right before she
Yeah.
passed, there was a picture of her that said, "Keep fighting the fight."
Yes, please. There's a reason for that. She's very much with you. I've only got 10 seconds. So I'm going to talk really fast because I'm a New Yorker. Here's what I want you to know. A, you're intuitive and you have healing ability. 2, your story is important. 3, whatever this thing with the hospital is, you can sue them and get away and have it work out. And that's all I can say. And thank you for calling. And I love you guys, and that color looks great on you. See you later.